What's up everybody, welcome to the Life of a Board Gamer. My name is Daniel and today we are going to compare an old version of the Diamant by Yellow to the new version of Diamant by Yellow. Now there is a slight changes in the rules that I noticed, and in general the artwork and everything in here looks very different, very I think upgraded in a sense of look. So without further ado, let me compare you these two boxes. Now from the start, the both boxes, and let's move this mouse a little bit aside so it doesn't bother us. Okay, so boxes are pretty much the same in a weight, in a size and everything, so they kept the format and everything the same. Now the look of the rules, okay, the rules, they are still the same rules, so we're not going to go over them. The board itself is a little bit different. Now it is like this hexagonal thing. First it was something like this, and that means that also tokens are a little bit different. Where are the tokens? So the tokens, and these I don't have these in a bag, actually they're just thrown in like this. So the tokens, so you know which round it is. Now look like this, they are a little bit bigger. These were just little square ones that you would put on the ends like pot blocked. But now on this thing, you're just gonna keep them like this. Once you are finished, you're going to like flip them. That means that round three is over, and all of the 5 rounds you are going to manage like that. Okay, the gems are pretty much the same thing. But they're one of the nicest gems I ever saw. So yeah, I will not go into details regarding those. Now the artifacts and the cards are a little bit different, and there is like this little help sheet that explains you how you score different things that you don't get in this one, but this is really like just an add-on that you really don't need because the games and the rules are pretty simple. Okay, so the cards themselves, they kept pretty much the same, so this is not like a huge step in, you know, something that you might not recognize, you know, and all that. It will look very familiar. And let me just quickly take all these cards out so I can give you a comparison. Now, first thing that you are going to notice in these cards is that these were all looking the same, but these are now like personalized a little bit. And what that means is each player will get their own. I mean, usually in the old Diamant, players would get their own, but it doesn't really matter. You know, you can give these to any player. But these are now tied to each player because each player is now redesigned to have its own like meeple. I'm going to show it to you in a second. But you now have really different characters, you know, from this like sneaky girl, you know, to this dog. You can actually be a dog in this game and run for diamonds, you know, or the old lady that looks really suspicious and sneaky. So yeah, each of the characters got a little bit of flavor with this artwork, so to say. They don't do anything special, anything different. They're all still the same, but it's really nice, you know, it gives you a little bit of flavor. And these are just, you know, normal cards. And yeah, on the other side, they now look like this. You either go and proceed to the cave, or you are backing out and trying to score your gems, you know. That's basically how the game plays. Now the rooms and these traps themselves, and I will pull these artifacts aside for now. I'm gonna talk about them in a second, but basically everything looks a little bit more kid-friendly, I would say. It's not that this one was not kid-friendly, but now you have this like a skull on it that looks like kind of cool, you know. So these are the differences in the cards like that. And for example, let's try and find a scorpion or something like that. Let me just quickly. Okay, snake is here. Let's find another snake over here really quickly, just to show you how it looks. Okay, so the new snake looks like this, the old snake looked like that. So that's pretty much like the differences in the artwork itself. And for example, if I find, I think I saw somewhere. Okay, so this is comparison of regular rooms, you know. This one has 11 gems, this one also has 11 gems, so they are pretty much looking the same, but these have more prominent gems. The artwork on these cards is more like glowy. I don't know how to explain it, but it everything is a little bit brighter itself. Now, that's the cards, how the difference is between them. Now the relics themselves, that's the small rule that I noticed. Relics in the old game were just relics, and there is an explanation depending if you have picked up the first relic or second, third, whatever relic you picked up, they would award you a certain amount of these diamonds. And now basically the relics are now worth 5, 7, 8, 10 and 12. There is 5 relics for 5 rounds, and in each round you are just going to mix this one up in the deck, and you start revealing, and if it shows up, it shows up. And if you are the only one going out of the cave, you can pick it up like in the normal game. So the difference is now they have like their cost, how much they are worth. If you manage to snag them, that's how much points they will score for you. So you don't take any of those gems, you just keep this card underneath your box, you know, so you kind of keep them like that. And that's the most difference between it regarding the rules and everything. And now the box themselves, as you can see, they are pretty much different now. These all were the same size and shape. They had just like different things written on them, you know. So this is like a Colonel John Mustard, and there's like a miniature of it inside. And miniatures in the previous version of Diamant were all the same. So basically you had these miniatures and they just look the same, you know. And there's no big problem with that, you know. So that's how they looked. But now what they did is they give you a little bit of, as I said, personality, so to say, with the miniatures, with the different back on the cards, you know, and all that. They also give you a custom miniature to go with them. So if you are playing as a blue player, you are playing as like a big strong guy, so you're gonna have like a big strong guy, you know. And if you're playing as that old lady that I showed you, that's very sneaky, or you can be, as I said, a dog, you know. So there's like a dog miniature itself. So yeah, each miniature is now, this wooden meeple is now like personalized to your cards. And they even went a step further to make all the boxes a little bit different. I think there's 3 different shapes. There's this one that's like a slim but long, you know. This is for a dog. It opens up as normal as the normal games are. And there's like this one that's a little bit wider, and as you can see, this one looks like it's all metallic. This is like metal of sorts, something like, and this one is more of a wood. And one of these, I think this is like a luggage bag, you know. And there's the purple one, and there's also these square ones. This also looks like it's all done from metal and some, I don't know, some belts or something. And yeah, they are all looking very personalized, you know, to the character, very different, which is something that I really like. The green one even has the holes on the sides, you know, so you can kind of peek to see diamonds. I mean, you can't see anything in here, but yeah. And basically that's all the differences. That's new and all Diamant. Now, as I said, the game itself doesn't go through much different rules and everything, except those relics. I didn't notice any changes in the rules. The game still played the same, and the game is still the fun. You know, the fun. You know, the game is still so much fun. This is a push your luck game where you are trying to see how far in a cave can you go before you set off the trap and eventually get killed and don't get any diamonds, you know, because the game is called Diamant. And the others will chicken out and run out. You know, sometimes you do that at the correct time and you get the best possible outcome. Sometimes you run out too fast because you chickened out, and then what happens is everybody else is collecting a huge amount of diamonds in the caves and you are getting nothing. So next time you have to risk a little bit more, try to stay longer than them, you know. And at the end you are almost all right around there in few gems differences usually. Sometimes somebody can like spike up if they risk it really too much, and if they succeed in that, of course. But still, this is like the box says 30-minute game, and I think it goes around 30 minutes. It's pretty simple. You just decide, do you want to go and run to the next part of the cave, or do you want to back out and collect the gems that are left in the back. So that's that. Super awesome game. I like the new artwork in this newer one. I like that they gave you different meeples. You know, they kind of spice it up a little bit. The old one also looked really nice, so this is just like a little step up in a visual upgrade. So yeah, if you don't own old Diamant and you are maybe thinking of getting the game, the new one is out, you can get it. It's really cool game and it looks astonishing, as you can see. I really like how the artwork is done. I think everybody is still the same, doing the Paul Mafayon. I think that's the correct pronunciation, God knows. So he's done the artwork for the old one, for the new one, so he kind of stepped up his own work, you know. So yeah, that's Diamant from Yellow. Go check it out if you like what you saw. Maybe you want to get into it because it's really fun game. And yeah, thank you all for watching. Thank you for subscribing, for spending, you know, all your precious time with me. I truly appreciate all of you who support me on Patreon, who leave likes, comments, you know, all of that helps this channel grow little by little. And yeah, that is that. Until next time. Pozdrav.